It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, I want to discuss the Letter to Winter Claus event, I guess, or, you know, Santa Claus wish list, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, here on Facebook and web. Now, there are 10 options to talk about, and I've struggled a lot trying to compare these as a strict value proposition. And a lot of people have been asking me about this, and hopefully a good enough of you have not sent this letter in yet. I know that this went live about 2 days ago, and this is only like a 7-day window. Hopefully there's enough of you that haven't done this yet. This video does bring value. And if you have already turned this in to Winter Claus, please let me know down in the comments down below which 3 you chose and why. But the main thing that I wanted to accomplish with this video is to find some kind of equivalency between these 10 or 11 items. And I found that the best way to do that would be to just convert them to emeralds. Do the best we can to convert them to emeralds, or a real-time cost in real dollars in some cases. So just to get this out of the way, there are actually 2 versions of this list. The first version is for pure free-to-play players, and this screenshot was shown on the Discord, and I could not find the author, so I apologize. If you were the one that shared this with me, please reach out so that I can tag you appropriately in the description box down below. But this is basically the same as the other list, with the exception of this golden ticket right here. Now, I could not get any screen any scene where I could hover over this and look at the tooltip, but effectively I believe this gives you raids. Okay, now why is this important? Why are raids important for a free-to-play player? Well, without being able to raid a mission, you're manually doing all 3 waves of enemies every single campaign mission, which takes forever. It takes forever, all right? And it's going to lead to a huge stockpile of energy. The most efficient thing that you can do in this entire game is spend $1 to activate raids. It's even better if you get to VIP 3 and VIP 5, I believe is what it is, so that you can do the 3 and 5 and 10 or whatever, multiple raids. But this is by far the most efficient use of money in this game. But it's only 99 cents. It's only $1 USD for this golden ticket. If you are a pure free-to-play player, absolutely pure VIP 0, this golden ticket is the #1 thing that you should go for. Its value is $1. Okay, again, which is less than 400 emeralds, 500 emeralds or so. But if you're absolutely against spending money on this game, or potentially if you have no way to spend money on this game, I know that some regions don't allow you to spend money on games like this, then this is the absolute best choice. This would be definitely one of the 3 that I would pick. Now, on to the rest. Now, some of these are incredibly straightforward, and some of these are a little bit more difficult. The first of 10 options is the 50,000 Winterfest baubles or ornaments or whatever you want to call it, and we do have a pretty straightforward equivalence or determination of what the value is with emeralds regarding these ornaments. If you go to the Winterfest tree, you can see that it's a 1-to-1 transfer of Winterfest baubles to Winterfest coins, and that means 50,000 Winterfest coins. 50,000 Winterfest coins is worth 10,000 emeralds. Pretty straightforward. Winterfest baubles, 50,000 Winterfest baubles is the equivalent of 10,000 emeralds. Now, the next one, the 50 pet stones, 50 pet chests, 50 pet caskets. Each of these caskets is worth 5 pet soul stones of your choice. This is kind of difficult to figure out, but the best thing that I did was I opened a couple 10 packs of these summoning eggs, and they're, the 10 packs are worth 2,500 emeralds each. I got between 10 and I think around 10 and 30 pet soul stones per 10 draw, if you understand what I'm saying. So for every 2,500 emeralds, I was getting between 10 and 30 pet soul stones. Since these 50 chests will effectively give me 250, I value this in the 20 to 25,000 range, because at the absolute best, most efficient, these, 250 soul stones of the pet of your choice, by the way, is translated to roughly 20,000 emeralds. But at the absolute worst, if you end up getting like 1 or 2 pet soul stones for the majority of them, then it pushes the value of these 250 pet soul stones to the 25 to 28 to 30,000 emeralds. So kind of a surprise here. The value is much higher. The thing to keep in mind, though, as we are working through these different options, is some of these are going to be more important than others. Maybe you already have the pets that you want at absolute star, so the intrinsic value of this item is going to be less for you than it would be for maybe, somebody that does not have their pets at absolute star yet. And I don't know how many people in this game actually do have all of the pets at absolute star. Surely there is a majority of you that don't. I don't have a single pet at absolute star yet. So this is a good value for me. This is an incredible value. The third option, the 3 heroic soulstone chests, valued at 100 soul stones each, of your choice, with the exception of Cleaver and Jet. This is 300 soul stones. The Facebook and web version of the game, you get 50 soul stones for free once per month. So after 6 months, you could get this for free. You could also get, all kinds of random hero soul stones out of the chests, 1 to like 15 per day. Maybe 20 to 25 per day if you're buying soul stones from the various merchants. There really isn't a great way to transfer this to an equivalency of emeralds because of the sheer amount of heroes that you can get in this game. There's 51, 52, 53 heroes at the now. So at the absolute best, I think you can get 18 soul stones of a hero out of the heroic chest. That ends up being 16 total pulls at the most efficient, 16 if you purchase with emeralds and you don't take into account the daily that you get. That's worth roughly 2,400 emeralds. So I mean, that's not a great value there. Now, of course, it's not heroes that you want, and the soulstone chest, the 100 soulstone chest, does give you the hero that you want. So is that worth triple? Is that worth double the value? Is that worth 4 times the value? I'm not sure. And to somebody like me that has their team already all at absolute star, this is no value to me at all. It's even less so if you are a VIP 10 player or higher, since that 28th day calendar chest ends up giving you 2 chests instead of just the 1. So effectively, you can get this same thing by playing 3 months instead of 6 months. You can see that the equivalency it's just not as good. And this isn't one that I would recommend. It's just really not one that I would recommend unless you're just starting out. You're just trying to get those teams up, and you don't really know what else to do. The 2,500 chaos particles. There is absolutely no way in this game to convert this to emeralds. I think the 2,500 chaos particles is probably the most important thing out of all of these on this list. Second most important, I should say. I'll get to the most important in just a second. It's the second most important with a caveat, I should say. I think the 2,500 chaos particles, because of how difficult it is, because of how rare this resource is, this is the rarest resource in the game for Facebook and web players. This is a pick. 100% this is a choice. Unless you have all of your pets at absolute star, of course, the context does matter. This is absolutely the pick. 2,500 chaos particles, go for it. 10,000 emeralds equals 10,000 emeralds. Pretty boring there. Not a lot of information about that. 350 Titan artifact spheres. We can do the math on that. 350 Titan artifact spheres is about 16,000 emeralds. So the equivalency of 350 Titan artifact spheres is 16,000 emeralds. Pretty good. Not too bad. 50 large skinstone chests equals 7,500 skin stones of your choice. Now, how do we do this? We can take a look at the cost of purchasing chests from Outland. We can purchase our own skinstone chests from the Outland vendor. Fortunately, we actually had a blog post written a couple of months ago, but our friend of the channel, Etsy, broke down the average cost per emerald for a skinstone compared to the value, the actual dollar amount. So you can go take a look at that blog. It was published back on November 13th, but this is a screenshot of the important part of it. Broken down at the most efficient, that is not spending emeralds at all, just opening up the 90 emerald, spending the least amount of emeralds, I should say, opening the 90 emerald chests only every day. It's worth 2 emeralds per skinstone. If you go all out every day, it's worth roughly 1.25 emeralds per skinstone. So at the most efficient, the value of these 150 I'm sorry, 50 skinstone chests at the most efficient is 9,375 emeralds, and the least efficient, if you just go all out, it's worth 15,000 emeralds. Actually, I think I have that backwards. The most efficient is 15,000, and the least efficient. Just take my word for it. Go read the article go read my blog if you want. HeroWarsCentral.com, November 13th. I'll link it in the description box down below. But the value, the emerald value of these 50 chests is 9,000 to 15,000 emeralds. All right. So 250 Super Titan Soulstone chests. The value of these chests, difficult to manage also. We do have a drop rate percentage from mobile. We don't know if it applies to the Facebook and web version of the game, but supposedly there is a 0.5% chance to get 250 Soulstones whenever you open a summoning sphere, a Titan summoning sphere, 0.5%. And supposedly the value goes up. Bad luck protection goes up every time you don't get a Super Titan. Is that the case? Is that just on mobile? It's hard to say. It's even more difficult to say, what the value of this is. We have recently gone away from the general purpose Titan Soulstone events here on Facebook and web. They've been replaced by the wild growth or the riotous growth, the rainy season, and the scorching days. And there's not a direct value on those events for collecting the Super Titan Soulstone chests anymore. 250 Super Titan Soulstone chests. There's 5 in each. That's 1,250. That's five pulls of Super Titans. 5 where you're getting the one that you want as well. Really hard to value this one. I personally have my Super Titans on both accounts at Absolute Star, but I've been playing for a little while. If you're a newer player, this could be a big one. This could be an absolute big one. If you don't have an idea of what to pick, this would be a good choice. The 50,000 baubles would probably, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to put a number, an emerald value on this. How do you figure it out? The 0.5 times, I don't know. If you guys know how to figure this out, let me know. This is one that I struggled with. I don't think that it's worth it. I think that getting Super Titans naturally over the course of the 3 to 6 months to 9 months to a year, I think you'll end up getting more Super Titan Soulstones than you would these other options that are more rare and more difficult to get. So I think that this is personally a pass, even if I didn't have all my Super Titans maxed out. Now, Cleaver, another one of those things that's kind of impossible to manage about what the emerald equivalency is. Again, supposedly there's a 0.01% chance to pull Cleaver out of the daily heroic chest. That is published for mobile, but is it the same for Facebook? We have no confirmation. Supposedly there's also bad luck protection for Cleaver. That is, every time you open the chest, there's a chance, a slightly better chance to get Cleaver. But I'll tell you this. We started opening heroic chests for the Jeffrey Parr experiment. And if you're not aware of the Jeffrey Parr experiment, now is a good time to mention that I do live stream Monday through Friday. The Jeffrey Parr experiment is a fun little game that we do on the live stream every day, talking about Cleaver, talking about the heroic chest. It's a fun inside joke. But I've been trying in earnest since August 24th. And I know that a lot of you that have been playing a lot longer than that still don't have Cleaver on any of your accounts. So Cleaver is a good choice. But I think Cleaver is overrated. I think that there are much better tanks in this game, and the value that Cleaver brings was much higher years ago. Whenever Astaroth hadn't had his update, whenever Rufus and Chaba and Luther and Aurora, they were all in a weaker spot than they are now. I think Cleaver's a pass. Finally, the Totem Fragment, the Spirit Totem Fragment, this last option down here. This is by far the best use of emeralds in any given situation. That is buying Titan artifact spheres to get the Titan Totem Fragments. Okay, I'll go ahead and put on screen now what the guaranteed bad luck protection or guaranteed purchase rate of these Totem Fragments for emeralds. This goes up exponentially. Now, a couple of days ago, I put out a video saying why you should not wish for a totem. You guys should really watch that video to break down the emerald differences. But if you take a look at this, the emerald cost of the second totem is 45,000 emeralds. The first totem is only 4,500 emeralds. The second totem is 45,000. This is by far the best option whenever you're just thinking of a pure emerald standpoint. This totem fragment here is by far the best. Now, it is a random totem fragment, so that is kind of a little wrinkle that, you know, bothers a lot of people. But this is by far the best use for emeralds. If you had to choose this based on emeralds, this is the best use. So with all of that being said, here we are 15, 20 minutes into this video, way longer than I intended on it being. Personally, what I'm going for is the chaos particles. I'm going to go for the totem, and the third option, I still have not decided. I'm either going to go for the Winterfest baubles, the pet soul stones, or the skin stones. Okay, one of those three. I don't think the emeralds are worth it anymore. The hero soul stones, no. Cleaver, no. Super Titans, no. Titan artifact spheres, it's just a better value to go with a different direction. I think the totem and the chaos particles are two must picks. If you're a free-to-play player, grab that golden ticket for your third option. If you're not a free-to-play player, then I would try to decide between the 50,000 baubles, because those are several skins for yourself and your guild, the Winterfest skins. The soul stones for your pets, because pets are such a huge part of this game now, probably the second most important spend of your time and energy after your totems. Skin stones, which is another incredibly rare and valuable resource that you never have enough of, and those super titans only if you still need them. Okay, so a couple of videos on screen. The totem video, the why you should or shouldn't wish for totem for winter festival, they'll be linked here, as well as another video that I think you'll find incredibly helpful. Please, 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 please be safe and have a happy holiday. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.